just want to watch Rust and dumb Overwatch 2 players being the reason why brain rot is funny. Brain rot is not funny. That's the problem. There can't be a reason why brain rot is funny when it's not. Don't even. I might add an auto filter to ban that phrase right there. Don't even try it. Not in this chat. Of how it makes everyone mad. I'm mad because it was somehow declared the word of the year by the dictionary, which is an absolute travesty to the idea of a dictionary to proclaim the word of the year as a word that, by definition, has no definition. How can you possibly proclaim a word that doesn't meet the minimum requirements of being a word as the word of the year? It is ridiculous. It is a farce. It is fraud. It is lunacy. Group of words being a word? No, it's not a word because it doesn't have a definition. And it's also not made with letters, it's made with numbers. It doesn't count as a word under any definition of the word word. It can't be a word, which means it can't be word of the year, which means it is an absolute ridiculous bit of nonsense that it was declared word of the year possibly ever by anyone. It's the exact problem. Do not even. It's a combination of words. That's not how it's written in the dictionary, though. Those are just the word representations of the numbers. They're still numbers in their core. That is like if you put 128 in the dictionary, because you can write it out as 128, but that doesn't mean that you can just do that with every number. Otherwise, dictionaries would be just math textbooks. Because there's infinite numbers. How's it written? The numbers. It's written with the numbers. Reading the article and it's saying it could be anything. The numbers or the letters. But the letters, when written, if you write out that with letters, you are just doing so in order to write it with letters rather than numbers. The letters SIX are created as a representation of the numbers. Like I said, it goes back to you could just write 128 in the dictionary as a word and say it is a number that is one higher than 127. And apparently, as long as you write it out with the letters instead of using the numbers, that's okay? No, this precedent cannot be set. It cannot be allowed to continue. So the hand gesture followed. Does it now? I'm not aware of it having a purpose. Other than its definition was based off the hand gesture. What? It doesn't have a definition. That's part of the problem. How can it have a definition based off the hand gesture when the hand... when it doesn't... the definition of that phrase is a thing used as a joke that doesn't actually mean anything. It means nothing. So-so or so-and-so is the definition of that. Because that is not how people say so-and-so. And those numbers do not mean so-and-so. They mean nothing. That's the whole point, is that it means nothing. And it's just some mindless bullcrap that you can just do. So the whatever article you're reading is wrong and is just trying to make up a definition because they themselves cannot cope with the fact that it has been named Word of the Year without even actually meaning anything. It's not even the gesture for so-so. I mean, it can mean so-so, I guess, but the so-so gesture is to hold up your hand and then tilt it back and forth. That means so-so. Some say it means so-so, or maybe this, maybe that. Especially when... Yeah, because it Because the some who say that shit are fucking wrong. Because it doesn't and has never meant that. That's just boomers being like, oh, well, it uses this hand gesture, so maybe it means so-so. And then running with it. Even in this article saying a definition, what it's saying, the definition is like, some people think this and some people think this. It's not even declaring its own definition in its defining article. How are you supposed to treat this word as anything other than an absolute farce? When everything says it means nothing. Even when they're trying to magic up some definition that doesn't exist, they're still not even willing to commit and say it means something. One question, what's a Gen Z stare? I don't know, could maybe be the stare that someone in Gen Z gives you when you are being a boomer or something. I don't know. It's a bullshit article, is what I think the verdict is. That's what I feel the appropriate answer is. Is that they're just making crap up just to get you to click it and make them money through ads. Because by promising that they have the definition of the fabled 6-7, they get you to click. Even though they don't. And nobody does. Because it doesn't have one. Yeah. Am I telling you that 14-year-olds are convincing millions that their words are actually factual and some adults are buying into it? And causing a chain reaction where the information chain is now running back into itself and causing the greatest blame onto the generation for who is known for doing jack shit on an already ruined society? No, I'm telling you that 12-year-olds are convincing millions that their words are actually factual and some adults are buying into it and causing a chain reaction where the information chain is now running back into itself and causing the greatest blame onto the generation who is known for doing jack shit on an already ruined society. 12-year-olds. Because the older than 12-year-olds can't accept the fact that the word means nothing, so they'll just make up bullshit. So the 12-year-olds aren't even really doing anything. They just kind of made their silly little word that doesn't actually do anything and mean anything. And the adults are just... their minds are exploding at the fact that this word means nothing and they can't accept it. Including me. I include myself in this because I hate the word and the fact that it isn't actually a word and yet it is word of the year. Ugh. Hate that.